High-end presentations and everything, we're going a little bit further down on the shop floor first, where the data that we need for all those great artificial intelligence and so forth is generated. I want to walk you through the business perspective that we are taking as a manufacturer for automation components, and to give you an idea who you are dealing with here on stage. I'm the managing director of the Balluff Group. We are a proud fourth generation family-owned company situated in Germany. We have 37,000 products that we use for great solutions in the automation industry. 4,000 employees help us make that happen, and with 38 subsidiaries around the world, among this is one nice application and engineering center here in Wrocław, Poland. We try to help our customers to improve their business, to improve their processes, and get more productive. So IIoT, the Industrial Internet of Things, is really very much related to the well-known Internet of Things that we in our daily life are exposed to in many, many situations. And we all love the benefits and the great conveniences we get from controlling our home with an app to be always aware what is the charging state of our electrical car, or let's say if the fridge is telling us that we should buy some milk. So this is all information that the manufacturing industry also wants to take advantage of. So connecting industrial equipment is a trend that we consider as the Industry 4.0, or the Internet of Things, as machines and equipment becomes more connected. All this data, besides just the normal production data, the state of the machinery becomes available and gives us new opportunities and gives us great new ideas. So where are we coming from? Balluff, as I said, is in the automation pyramid, is represented since more than 60 years on the shop floor with providing sensors and automation equipment, so to say, the data sources for the industrial Internet of Things. All the things we have on the shop floor are generating data all day long, and so it is only a logical step further on to connect all those devices to an upper IT level, to provide the data at an enterprise resource level, to leverage the information that becomes available with a lot of the technologies that you have seen in presentations of my predecessors here. So we consider ourselves as a pace setter of the IIoT. So why? Well, you know, without data, the business model of Google becomes pretty poor. And the whole Internet of Things without things is not really happening. So we think that we can provide a foundation for all these kind of things to make actually our business life closer to data, to analytics, and to be more present on our shop floor, also with a more automated view on things. Being a pace setter from a product perspective is one thing, but really to be able to talk to our customers about exactly the use cases they want to implement, we have taken the approach to say, well, first of all, we got to be our own customer in our production. And what we learned there is that the Internet of Things provides many, many opportunities. But again, to build use cases, to actually have a business model behind what you're doing with the data is very, very critical. Because there are a lot of things you can do, but if you can't prove the value it's contributing, actually it's a waste. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and it is, let's say, from a German perspective, of an engineering perspective, it's always great to do something that is automated and is blinking and flashing. But as we are all in business life, and many of you are decision takers for potentially having investments in artificial intelligence, in further digitalization on your shop floor, we need to provide you also with the, let's say, approach how to make this business work for you and how to make this actually help you generate more revenue. So what have we done? As we are a manufacturer, we have a lot of manufacturing equipment on the shop floor ourselves. Means that we have gone through our production together with engineers, with technicians, and said, okay, what kind of use cases could we build up here to actually show the value of connecting machines to the internet or to a cloud solution, to actually start a calculation and sit down with the people working on the machine and say, hey, what could help you to improve your process, to improve your machinery availability, to help you actually to, let's say, have less waste in your production by having always the right tool in your machine, having always enough material supply on your machine. So all those things that are very natural, but what is the benefit of actually putting it on the internet? That was the technical piece. Another thing that we learned today, and it's a little bit referring to the presentation of Paddy when you had it today, is the human resource aspect. So first of all, when you come to somebody in production and say, hey, I want to have digitalization applied to your process, I can tell you, you will not earn a lot of cheering and a lot of applause, because there's a threat. Hey, you want to make me redundant. You want to take away my job. And that was a great experience for us by applying those use cases as well, because what we showed is, no, we're not getting rid of people, but we're taking away unproductive work to make those people available for more important things, to focus on where a machine is not doing as good of a job as a human being can do. So all those steps in our walk of automation have been assessed by what is technically possible. We have assigned a cost to material, software, implementation, and let's say running cost by having cloud services and subscriptions and so forth in there. And then try to build up what is actually the savings that we have by connecting this service. And I want to pick up one solution that we have used here because it's, let's say, very appealing what is the easiest part of it. And many of you in production or in any kind of business can relate to that. Of course, at the end of the day, after producing, we need to ship our products. And of course, all those products need to be packed in nice boxes and be shipped out from the warehouse. So be sure that we are going through a boatload of card boxes every day. And it's very hard to foresee because we have peaks in shipments, we have different seasonal aspects and so forth. So actually at every, like half day, we had somebody walk by the packing material and check what is available, go to the system and check whether we would need more supply. We had, of course, a safety stock that we don't run out of card boxes. So all in all, it was a very manual process, and actually the people doing it were not too excited about it because it's not really something where you see a big value. So what we did is we took a very simple sensor and hooked it up with a gateway device and a small piece of software that would actually, in cycles, check the height of the stack. Yeah, not big rocket science. So what was the next thing was also to connect it to the ERP system and always see how much would we have in our stock, in our safety stock. And as soon as those levels came below certain thresholds, the system immediately would issue a purchase order to our supplier that would then, in the next milk run, would provide us this material. Sounds very simple, sounds very easy. So we had an installation cost of 4,000 euro, and we had saving costs that would help us to make this project reasonable within 12 months, because we would save the manual labor of actually counting card boxes, looking for it. We saved a tremendous amount of floor space because we could significantly reduce our safety stock. And the little bit human factor was that the people from the purchasing and the logistics department would have more time for other things to do rather than just counting card boxes, what is not really thrilling and exciting. And for all of our use cases in our production, we have set up this, let's say, little scorecard to say, okay, what's the investment, what is the actual saving, and what is the thing that will pay for this, and how long does it take to get the revenue back. So at the end of the day, for us, IIoT is a great opportunity. But the big thing is to think in advance, what is the thing that takes me beyond just automating a process, but also actually connecting it, making the data available to other systems, because the revenue generated by this additional data can be significant, but you have to think of it before you put in the effort, before you put in the work, to avoid frustration, to avoid disappointments. Opportunities are there. There's also an opportunity to, let's say, misinvest because of a not well done calculation. But for us as an automation supplier, it's an important change in our business model to actually now talk way more about a value proposition of not actually the product, but the data it's generating. It's something we need to teach our people, but also get a way better understanding of the processes of our customers to really apply it. So I hope with this quick journey on the shop floor, you got some idea where all the data that is converted and processed by the other presentations and the other presenters. But at the very beginning, you need to make yourself clear, this is what I need, this is the revenue I can generate with it, and this is what actually pays for the investment I'm doing here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much for an inspiring presentation. Thank you.